What's the riskiest situation you've ever heard emergency workers face? I worked as a 911 dispatcher for 15 years, and there's one call that still lives in my head like it happened yesterday. It was 2:03 a.m. when we got multiple reports of a fire, an entire apartment building engulfed in flames in one of the roughest neighborhoods in the city. As I dispatched fire and EMS units, I heard the radio crackle with the voice of our fire chief. He'd gotten there first, which was unusual. The panic in his voice made my heart stop. You don't often hear that from someone like him. He reported flames at least 30 feet high, windows blowing out, the building groaning from structural damage. That's when he saw her. A woman was screaming from a third-story window, barely visible through the smoke, clutching a baby to her chest. The fire was climbing fast, and the ladder truck was still 4 minutes out. I could hear the chaos through his mic. Sirens, crackling flames, shouting. Then the chief made a call I will never forget. A decision no emergency worker should ever have to make. He told the woman to drop her baby. At first, she screamed louder, refused, begged, but the fire was licking up the wall just beneath her. The floorboards were going to give. He shouted, "I'll catch her! You have to trust me!" There was silence, a long pause, and then she let go. The baby fell through smoke and ash. I held my breath. No one in the dispatch room made a sound, and then over the radio I heard, "Got her. She's okay." The relief in that moment was like coming up for air after drowning, but the woman was still trapped. 2 paramedics had arrived just seconds before the ladder truck, and against every rule in the book, against protocol, safety, gear, they ran straight into the burning building. No hesitation. They didn't wait for backup or equipment. They just charged in. I kept radio contact with them as they navigated the corridors, coughing through the smoke. One of them shouted that they'd reached the 3rd floor. Then silence. Seconds ticked by. The flames were spreading fast. Then one of them yelled, "We've got her!" They carried her down 2 flights of stairs, half dragging her unconscious body, both of them soaked in sweat and smoke. The back exit collapsed just seconds after they got out. It wasn't even dramatized. It was just that close. The woman and the baby both survived. What we didn't know until later was that the paramedics recognized her voice over the radio. They'd grown up in that same neighborhood. They'd played with her as kids. The second they heard her screaming, they knew who it was. That's why they ran in without a second thought. 3 months later, we held a recognition ceremony. Both paramedics received medals of valor. The woman showed up holding her baby, both healthy. She walked right up to those 2 men and hugged them like she would never let go. She whispered something in their ears, quiet, but powerful enough that both of them started crying. I'd never seen them cry, not even after the worst calls. I found one of them afterward and gently asked what she said. He looked at me and said, "She told us, you saved more than you know. I was going to end everything that night. The fire wasn't an accident. She hadn't meant to survive. She'd planned to end her life and take her child with her. But those men didn't just pull her out of a burning building. They gave her a second chance she hadn't asked for and didn't think she deserved. They saved